Okay. So, let's hope this thing doesn't fall. VLOGTOBER Day 3. It's Sunday, October 3rd, 2021. It's 9:49 p.m. And oh, my nails are like, okay, they're getting long. I keep them short. A factory worker kind of habit, but they're getting long, and I really thought I want to do book tapping video, right? And it helps to have nails, but these are gonna drive me crazy, or I'm gonna break one before I get to it if I don't do it tonight or something. Like, I don't have anything to, like, you know, make the nails even or anything. So cosmetically, they're not any good, but you can tell they're long. Like, this one's a weird shape. It's weird how nails grow. But yeah, I'm like, ooh, they sort of remind me of when I used to get my nails done. My nails done, my hair. Anyway, so I had a bath today, so my hair is clean, but it's not like brushed. It's just like, I used the pick. Does anybody know what a pick is anymore? That's so old. I used a pick through it, and then, yeah. So, yesterday's video was, terrible to make. I liked the parts of the cats. I liked the sort of sounds of the garlic happening. And then I did the talking part of the video, and watching it back, I saw not just the indent in my mouth from my teeth, which I've always had because of my overbite, because of a fall when I was a kid on a counter or something, and apparently my teeth were, and then I had an infection, and then they had removed the teeth, and then when they grew back. Anyway, I've got bad teeth as well from like a line of women, my mother's side, but yeah, I felt really horrible with that video. Not just that, but obviously the weight. I'm not dumb. I know what I look like. I know that pandemic weight gain. Not that I was skinny before, but I mean, I had shape, and now I didn't have so many, you know, I shouldn't be pointing all this out, but it's like obvious in the video, and that's kind of partially why I went into making it artsy looking, but in the end it didn't. If you're watching it, you could see anyway. And so I wasn't gonna post it. I was not gonna post it. I was like, I'm too ugly to post it. I'm too horrible, and all these awful things I said to myself. And think, when that's so sad. You know, I've watched videos on YouTube of people that are, of course, they wear makeup, they do their hair, they look good, they're society standard looking good, or maybe their own like unique style looking good, as in they don't fit society's mold, but they're beautiful. But I have always been self-conscious, and yeah, it's a great deal of anxiety. And then when you add like the real fact of where I'm at right now, holy moly, it was tough. It was tough to post it, to just like be like, this is where I'm at right now. And it's so sad though, to like, I would not be judging somebody that I saw on video quite so harshly, as in like they shouldn't be making a video because they look like that. I wouldn't do that. but to myself, I would say that. And that's sad. It's not sad, but it's kind of like how it's been, you know, this, I don't deserve to go outside if I don't look a certain way, or if I don't have 20 bucks in my pocket, which is the weirdest thing ever. That happened about, I don't know, what was that, like over a decade or more ago? About a decade ago, it seemed to become this thing where you have to have, like, I don't know why, but it was like, you gotta have 20 bucks in your pocket. You gotta be able to buy something, or else should you be able to go anywhere? What a dumb thing to have in your mind for yourself. Like, gotta get over that one, because I'm not carrying cash anymore. I haven't for a while. So anyway, this is me checking in. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch these. I think from the balcony view to the one of me yesterday, the views will be much lower. Ooh, I'm all blurry now. I'm all blurry. I cut myself earlier. Yeah, I'm just, should I just stay blurry, or the camera's like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I don't mind the blur. We'll pretend it's an effect. So, I'm standing in my book nook. Again. I'm just a girl standing in front of, and standing in my book nook, asking my books to love me. Reality of how I am. Okay. Well, I'm going to type my 750 words, at least start by 10:59 or 11 o'clock at night. So I'll probably do that. Put on Philip Glass, probably the Hours soundtrack. And I'll type my words. And I don't know if I'll be honest. Like, as in, I'll always be honest, but I don't know if I'll be open is what I mean. I don't know if I'll actually write about some things today, or if I'll just fill the words, just fill the time with the words that, because it's stream of conscious, but it's, I don't really give myself enough time to go deep unless I'm already there, when I'm writing last minute before midnight, you know? But I am making that a daily routine. And I finished reading a book today, Become What You Are by Alan Watts. It's the 8th book this year, but one of the books was a very thin poetry volume, and it still counts as a book, but I'm like, wow, I have not read very much this year. But hopefully I'm shifting toward a return to things like that, to reading again. And I mean, because this is the amount of books I read last year, I think last year I only read 7 or 8 books. So I keep looking at my computer, because even though you can't see the screen, it's my book reading list on my journal, and that's what I'm referring to. So yeah, I want to read more again. Got all these books. A lot of them I've read, but a lot of them I have not. It's a funny thing about these books. When I started, what was October 1st? Was it a Friday? Today's the 3rd and it's Sunday. Yeah, I guess it was. I saw Friday reads. I still follow people on YouTube that do Friday reads or journaling, but Friday reads was when you could talk about the books you were reading that week, or what you finished reading or were reading on Friday. And I didn't do a video like that. And then by the time I'd done the Vlogtober, it was, I was like, I'm not gonna, well, I did Vlogtober video in the morning, but I still didn't do a video for Friday reads. But I'm thinking, I think now that I'm back on camera anyway, even feeling this anxious as I rub my stone bracelets, I think that I'm gonna start doing Friday Reads videos again for the book community. But I was thinking about all these books I have around me, and I remember when I was buying them in different time periods, I always write like I generally write the date, hi Chai, the date and my name and where I got the book and what city I'm living in at the time. And if some of my books don't have that info in them, it's from way before I ever did it, or I just forgot that day. Right, Chai? She's looking at me. It's because of my bracelets. She heard the bracelets and she wants to... No. Anyway, there was this thing that used to be popular on YouTube called... well, it's still popular, I suppose, in different... I don't know if it's popular. I mean, okay, book hauls. People would do book hauls. They would be like, these are the books I bought. And, or another great thing, though, about the community of BookTube was that people would also do library hauls to, like, because, hello, you don't have to buy books to be reading books or to have books, and so people would also show those too. But obviously, you know, the whole BookTube community was really big on their book hauls, and then book unhauls became a thing when people would call their collections. But I think back in St. Thomas, because I've had to flash back when I'm doing the Vlogtober and I'm looking back at my videos in the previous time I did Vlogtober. But I was thinking, I didn't do the book hauls. I would buy the books and then I really didn't... I mean, I did on the second day I showed what books I bought at the mall. I remember reading the one book. I don't think I read the other two. I don't even know if I kept one of the books. I don't know. But I know for sure I read Cockroach. Anyway, it's a random thought. I was just thinking about how I have these beautiful books and I never hauled them. I never shared them. I never showed them, and I wasn't making videos. And I'm kind of glad I didn't do it, because I mean, kind of glad. But I am thinking about when I kept saying I want to do ASMR videos and I want to like do the shelves and show my collection through going through the books. The only thing is that I know that I need another bookshelf where we're living here now. I need at least another big bookshelf. One of my fantasies is, of course, to just have ceiling-to-wall like bookshelves in a place that I live, like a library kind of room with, like, I don't know, maybe not to ceiling because I'm so short, but at least, like, I don't know, you have these fantasies, you know. But my thing is, I really wish I didn't have my books piled so much on so many of the shelves. Like my blue bookcase and my blue bookcase is really the worst one for that. It's just like so piled up. It's not good for the bookshelf case, and it's not good for the books in some cases. But rambling. Yeah, so book hauls were a thing. Now I'm not going to do it because I didn't do it. But I think I'm going to do Friday Reads. What a long way around to say that. Which would be, I'm going to make time to read and not just video game all the time. I'm going to take the time to read, and on Fridays I will have a video where I've shared what I read that week, even if it's just like if I'm only still working on one book because of my concentration. I have to work on like getting myself up to the kind of concentration level of focusing on reading, letting myself read, not being so distracted or distracting myself with other things. And yeah, so I'll do that. And then on another thing I want to work on Oh, it's the journaling. It's the journaling. So we're just gonna not look at my messy shelf. Thing is, on the first Vlogtober day, I had shown some of my empty journals. And the journal I was writing in Vlogtober day 1 years ago, there's one of the end cards of day 1. The journal I was writing in was a blue one, and it was one I got in Venice, Italy, at one of the journal shops. It was beautiful. And this was the other one that I got. And this had stayed in like the plastic for all the years. And it's so weird that I just found it kind of weird that on the first Vlogtober day years ago, I'm sharing like some of my blank journals, and I share this one in particular and then I happen to be writing in it right now. Not like, I don't know, it's been a couple days. How many days? It's been a few days, because I'm a sporadic journaler. But how long has it been? Oh, the 20th. The 20th of September. Yeah, boy do I have some stuff to tell my journal. But it's paper journal number 45. And it's just so weird that I mention it. And you might say, well, what's so weird about that? Well, for one thing, the Vlogtober videos were 2014. It's 2021 now. Of all the blank journals I have, which I have like I have shelves. I know this is really messy. These are like used blank journals. And there's my Yeti microphone for ASMR videos that I never use. And then I have like a bunch of blanks that are in there on that shelf, and on the second shelf below it. And yeah, this is a tough journal. Like, for coming from such a beautiful place, it was in St. Mark's Square in Venice, Italy, that I got this journal. But I ended up, and it's a great size, but I ended up like messing up early on. From the start of it, I was writing like I was gonna keep track of weight in it, and it's so messy, so dumb. And then in it, like, one of the good things in it was that I'd put when I made the Dean's List last year. Blows my mind. I can't even. And then I didn't write anymore in the biggest fold out that doesn't fit the journal size is when my uncle Mike passed in May, and I printed out the obituary. And so that's like the big thing here. And then I didn't write for the longest time, and then I decided to write again. I don't know. Sporadic journaling. I mean, my journals go back to age 11, so I've got journaling videos that are popular on the channel, or popular to me, as in like the number of views in them is really good for me. But I know that that's the content that I'm hating that word, it's so cringe. But that's what many people had subscribed to my YouTube channel for, was the journaling videos, they signed up for the YouTube videos on the internet. No, the journaling videos and the booktube videos were the things that people who subscribed came for. Now I look at analytics, and the thing that is watched the most, but they don't get like a lot of views, but they are the things watched the most is the gaming videos, like the racing, the GTA Online, hot ring racing usually. And then I was thinking, well, they don't get much views, but they get the most views because, hello, you've posted about 1,000 of those videos in the past couple of years. So of course they got the most views. So shelves are so dusty. So I don't know. I never made my channel something to please others. As in, like, I'm making these videos for the audience so that the audience themselves will, like, so that I will get the views and they will, I don't know. I didn't make it, it was never about that. But at the same time, there's part of me that would always have wanted to connect to the audience and to have some success with it. But then I would never do the things I know would be successful. One thing that would have been successful would have been to really dive into the booktube community. The other thing that would have been successful, make consistent journaling videos. I mean, I've been journaling since I was 11. As I said, I'm in my 40s. I know something about journaling. There's so much I could talk about with that. I've got a collection of books that are journals and diaries and letters by people. I could have things to say about that. And then ASMR videos, I mean, those have brought me the most enjoyment over the years. And I could talk about some stuff regarding ASMR, as in some different views on what I feel about how ASMR content has, I said that word again, content, damn. ASMR videos have, like, how that community has evolved, and or what's become of it, the way, what I think of it. How do we get from, like, fingers in salt to full scale productions and or soft, you know what, there's nothing wrong with, I'm not gonna shame, I'm just saying obviously there's like a sexual element to some videos. And then that's not even the worst part, there's the ASMR / food thing, and there's some scary stuff I've seen of that. Like, I know I seem like I'm just on tangents, but I just want to make some videos where I'm sharing my books, sharing the covers, doing ASMR, not feeling bad about my appearance, but just knowing that there's other people out there that have been watching videos. Oh, there's that want to see what I do. Like, one of my favorite things to watch in ASMR right now, aside from like so many creators that have been consistent for so many years, but one of my favorite things is bookshelf touching, and libraries and or bookstore browsing touching. I just I have a thing for the books. They're not my only trigger. ASMR triggers, the words are called triggers for what you enjoy. I mean, obviously I like a lot of different things, but I'm big on that. And I'm like, if I like those, maybe I can make videos to give back to this beautiful community, because there are parts of it that's beautiful. And like, it's just like, I guess what I'm coming around to is like, I want to do the things I enjoy for my channel, but I also want to do something to help me, because facts, I'm not getting younger, facts, I would like to, dare I be blatant and truthful, I would like to monetize some of my passions. There, I said it. I was honest. I mean, I'd like to make my own money, extra money to support myself and feel autonomy. And you could say, well, go get a job. And I could then direct you to the WSIB injured worker videos I have, and I could go into the history of all that, and I don't want to, because I don't want to trigger myself in the other way. I mean, I would love to just have been able to get work, and I couldn't. I still try, and I write. I want to write, and I feel like, do you ever feel like, I don't know if there's some people who can relate, like you've put in your life many of the tools you need to use. Like, okay, let's say you're coming from a viewpoint of like a practitioner of some sort of belief system, like let's say Wicca or something, and you've got the tools around you to use for practicing, but you don't use them. They're there, you've collected them over the years, they're there, and you just don't do them. You don't embrace your power. You don't go into you don't use what you have. I mean, that can be said for writers too. Like, you have a gift for writing, even if it's just to communicate with people, and you don't write. You just play video games all the freaking time. You just race with people that infuriate you. Why? Why waste that time? You know, I don't know. Like, I don't know why some people, I mean, we could go back and say, oh, it's trauma related, and it's self-esteem based on trauma, and it's circumstance, and it's this or that makes certain people able to like just do what they love and pursue the things they enjoy and fulfill their potential and embrace their strengths. And then there's those of us who don't, and some might say it's laziness, but it's not. I mean, if you know about the intense anxiety or other things that come into play for people, I'm speaking from my experience, as far as like what hinders me, the amount of effort for some things that shouldn't be so difficult or weren't at one time. I'm not saying this for pity. I'm saying, as somebody aware of it, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating to know that it's like something just right there, but it's too far. It's too far. And it shouldn't be that far because it's right there, but you feel like it's so far beyond your reach, or that you're not allowed to have it somehow. It's not, you're not because of what, you know? So yeah, rambling on Vlogtober day 3. I guess this has become like a journal diary for me. I have a lot to say, which isn't surprising to some people who think I talk too much. But if they only knew the echoing silence that happens in my day-to-day life, and how I don't have anybody to really talk to too often. Yeah. So, the sound of rain today, the screen going, just fix that there. Yeah, I got a journal soon. I like talking to the camera again. Nothing reminds you how lonely you are as talking to a camera. No, I need to practice doing this and feeling comfortable, even if I am very skittish about things, about my appearance, and about not being scripted and not having a plan when I turn on the camera. I really should have a plan. I kind of do. I'm like, and not being scripted. I don't know when it cut off. It said movie recording has stopped automatically. I'm like, what? I don't know where it left off. I think I was saying something about how, oh, I hit the TARDIS things. I think I was saying something about how I didn't have a script or a plan for doing any of this, and maybe I should. But at the same time, it's been good to just talk to the camera again. I need to get used to the camera. Maybe I should try looking at the camera. And I'm gonna be around in all October. You know, I guess I'm also preparing for NaNoWriMo, November, the month of NaNoWriMo, because I'm gonna write every day in my online journal, and I'm gonna make a vlog about the writing process as I go through it, or I don't know, maybe vlogs of just me typing my words each day. I don't know. I mean, it'll be double the amount of words I do right now that I have to do right now, because it's 1669 words a day, 1,667 words per day, I think, to reach the 50,000 word goal for the month of November. But yeah, I've got some plans. I'm still dancing around admitting to something about my time, my free time, as far as like what I had been doing prior to October and what I'm not doing. But then this doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna keep working on this. Gonna work on this communication, putting myself out there. You know, oh, Cat's gonna use a litter, so I guess that's my cue to go. But I just want to say, thanks for being here. Thanks for those who have stuck around for actual vlogs. And thanks to those who just come and watch the other stuff, the racing. I actually find those relaxing. Well, not mine, but other people's just racing vlogs. I found those very relaxing. Just the sound of hitting the checkpoints, and the sound of that used to be soothing when I'd watch other people's content. So there's that word again. So I get it. I get it for those who watch for that reason. It's funny, there's a lot of returning viewers, but they aren't subscribed. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, because clearly you might have reasons not to subscribe. But that's funny that it's been very consistent in like the percentage of people viewing the videos and coming back, and those who, yeah. So I find that interesting. I don't know. I guess maybe, like, I hide my subscribe, like who I'm subscribed to. So maybe that's different. I also have this weird thing where I don't like videos, because I noticed, I don't know, a few years back when they made it so that if you liked a video, it's in a liked video list. And I'm like, but I would like somebody's video if it didn't have to be in a liked list, if that makes any sense. It's like, I want to give validation to the person who made the video without it having to be in a list I have, if that makes sense. Like, favoriting a video is different than liking a video. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can favorite a video because I may want to refer back to that later, or it's iconic. It's iconic. Well, Charlie the Unicorn, right? So many things I can favorite because I really liked it and I want to keep it in the favorites. But liking just to... So I'm going to drop more comments of support, I think, because I'm not liking any videos. It just seemed weird. Like, it would seem weird to like a drama video, let's say, about, well, like a drama video about a racist bigot, I don't want to like that, even if I like the creator who is commenting on the subject matter, and support them in their calling out of the people. I don't want to like that video to have it in some list, because I don't want to have a list to remember all the things that made me mad that I watched while I was, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't know if anybody else gets where I'm coming from. That's why I try to comment more. It's just like, oh, sometimes you just want to watch something and not say anything. So maybe I guess that's kind of like watching stuff and not wanting to subscribe. Could be the same thing. Okay, so I'm just wasting time right now. I'm still not setting up the camera right. I'm sure this view didn't do me any favors as well. I have a tripod. I have books. The classic piled books up and put the camera on would work really great. I could have made videos with the computer and my microphone, but I seem like, in my mind, I just feel like it's important to use the DSLR camera again. So what I need to do is, now that I've done this rambling like 2 days in a row, maybe it's about time that the next time I do this, I actually take the time to set up the camera in a more flattering way, so that I feel slightly less self-conscious. And yeah, I could try that. I could. Will I? I don't know. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I did not really talk about my day at all. I like how I totally avoided discussing my my anxious breakdown of and I just find it funny that I could be like on camera just talking about books and YouTube, and meanwhile my actual day had, like, you know, a cleansing, smudging the place, and talking about protection barriers for myself so that I'm okay during this time where I felt like an open wound for so long, and where I am just trying to make sure that I make it through. I casually dropped that on you guys, but I mean, that's kind of my reality. But I'm gonna, like, put on a just talk about videos and stuff, and how I'm gonna write. That's funny. Maybe I can do YouTube if I can pretend not to talk about all the other stuff, or why I'm even wearing bracelets right now. I mean, I haven't worn bracelets in a while, and I picked out these stones to help calm me, you know? Like, it's not like I'm dressing up. I'm not even in a bra or a proper shirt. I'm in my jammies kind of thing. I'm not even at that level of getting ready for a camera kind of thing, because, so I don't know. This is a weird spot to be in, to return to vlogging, especially with all the years of videos and adventures. Gosh, I watched my Nuit Blanche night in 2017, which was underwhelming, but at the same time I loved parts of the video, especially with the music and stuff. going out, that was October. It would always be at the beginning of October here in Toronto. And it was like a great thing that made me really fall in love with this city, especially the first time I ever went. And I watched that the other day and I'm like, you know what? Some of the stuff I've recorded for myself, like a diary or documentation of my life, these snippets of me throughout the years, or of things I experienced. I mean, how amazing that I have some videos that go so far back, for me, you know, not because I wasn't somebody that had a camera growing up, and I didn't have a family that did any VHS. You know, I can't proclaim to be somebody who was doing that sort of, you know, I don't go back like that. I don't come from that kind of background where we had that, anything like that. But I mean, the stuff I've done with, you know, since my 20s at least, every now and then, it's kind of trippy. So I wonder what's, you know, maybe this stuff will matter later for me. It'll show that I was here for a bit, you know? Yeah. So maybe, you know, I thought maybe before the end of the month I'll get to show you guys my favorite place on the beaches again. Maybe I'll visit that in October and autumn this month. Maybe I'll show you more about what's nearby, you know. Maybe I'll do some walks. I really did want to walk today, but this rain, I mean, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's been pouring all day. So I don't want to take my DSLR out in that, but yeah, I have ideas. I want to bring you guys with me. I want to try even as I blur out. And we'll see, right? I mean, hey, I bathed today. I mean, that's progress. And now I'll go right. And I'll want to cut this down to be more concise, but I'm not going to, because I probably would rethink it all and just delete it all. So for now, rambling, neurotic me is what you get. And but if you made it this far, like, wow, thanks. And again, take care. Do whatever, do what you can to be taking care of yourself. And it's some stressful times, so for some of us, so I don't know, it takes a bit more effort to try to, it takes a lot more effort for some of us to be good to ourselves somehow. But I'm in the stage of trying harder to do that. And if you're on that kind of, if you're going through something like that too, where you're finding it that like it's really difficult to, I don't know, like if you have that rock in your chest too and you're finding it hard to do stuff, just know you're not the only one. And if you're also feeling some guilt about it, or you feel really weird about it all, or like nobody gets it or whatever, just want you to know you're not the only one that's just trying to figure out how to exist. Yeah, that's a weird way to end the video, but you're not the only one, which is comforting and also sad. But yeah, So just like take it each day at a time, as I've said years and years ago. What did I say from that one apartment? Keep going if you're going through stuff, which is like off of a quote that if you're going through hell, keep going. But I mean, just keep going, you know. Things eventually change. Things eventually move to the next. Sometimes whether you're moving or not, you get shoved into the next part of your life. But I mean, that feeling of stuckness I referred to in the previous video, I know it's mostly in here. Of course it's, you know, there's external factors, but that feeling of stuckness, regardless, we're things are happening and we're moving. You're fluid as well, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you're fluid as well. So maybe less feeling, maybe less dwelling on the stuck, you know, rock on your chest sinking you to the bottom of the ocean feeling, and more water going over the rocks. Maybe that rock over your chest, there's water flowing over it, and you're part of all that movement. You're okay. Like things are flowing. Maybe some sort of idea like that, maybe to remember. Either it's the rain making me think of that, or just the idea that there's there's movement even when you're stuck. And maybe it's like with a writer's mind, you know, how a writer can still be writing even if they're not writing, because, you know, a lot is happening up here before it even gets to a page. Maybe it's like that with that stuck feeling. You're stuck, but you're actually preparing, or you're still fluidly moving along, right? Does that make sense? No? Okay, cool. Awkward ending, and that cool YouTuber palm thing happening. It was cool, like, what, 10 years ago? Let's just go with it anyway. Take care. I make it real awkward, don't I? I want to say I'm not that awkward in real life, but like, is this real life? Is this real life? Is this real life? Is this real life?